I had breakfast this morning with a businessman in the Memphis area of many years, T.C. Haynes. Brother Haynes is over 70 and has had a myriad of great experiences in life, from being born to a father without that couldn't read and write, who was a super entrepreneur and took care of his family well. It's just amazing how you can hear a lifetime of experiences through some people that are just a little bit ahead of you. I missed a ton of that era, but he was telling me over and over again, he referenced when you're in that valley, coming out of the valley, or you can't see things quite as well in the valley as you can on the mountaintop. And the Lord just spoke a word to me, and I do believe so many of us resent the ugly rebuild. When you're putting the pieces back of the puzzle back together, things won't look as good then as they're going to look in the days ahead. I read a passage of scripture from Amos 9, verse 14. God talking. He said, I will restore the fortunes of my people. That means put them back into play after they've been out. So they're on the rebuild. And they shall rebuild, there's that word, the ruined cities and inhabit them. They shall plant vineyards and drink their wine, and they shall make gardens and eat their fruit. In the midst of a rebuild, things won't look perky. I was talking with him and I said, I've been at this place before. I've had to rebuild before. And I had so much vitality and so much effort and so much grit and determination. But after a while, we get comfortable and we don't like embracing the ugly rebuild. We want things to look perfect. We want all conditions to be favorable. We want perfect day to happen on every day. And I would have to tell you that anyone that has ever built something of substance at one time or another, they've had to embrace the ugly rebuild. You're going to have to let them talk. You're going to have to let them giggle. You're going to have to let them pass rumors, and they're all about you. But you got to just keep building. Build your way out of the hole. Build your way up the hilltop from the valley. It does not yet appear what you shall be. And please be patient, because God isn't through with you yet. We want to launch billion-dollar enterprises overnight, but we don't want to embrace the ugly rebuild. We don't see how that person sometimes had to go to 300 or 400 different financing sources, hearing hundreds of no's, because we want to rebuild pretty. But our next place, my next place, is to embrace the ugly rebuild. Sometimes you got to build with the smell of fire and ashes of your last tough season. But the trick to making it to somewhere meaningful is the ugly rebuild. You're going to have to see what no one else sees. You're going to have to let them whisper he's crazy and he's lost his mind. But every great disruptor of our times has had the same thing done. We want to build pretty. We want to build as if it was written in a television script. Folks, if you want to go to somewhere quite meaningful, you better embrace the ugly rebuild. The ugly rebuild means effort, it means calling, it means sowing and not reaping. It means getting there early, staying there late. All none of the things which are pretty, because you got a mission to come out of this hole, to come out of this low spot, to come out of this valley. You have to embrace the ugly rebuild. If you're determined to rebuild and you don't care how you look while you're doing it, God's got greatness meant for you.